Good morning. As Prince Harry accuses his brother of physically attacking him, we've got an extended new clip from his interview this weekend. Also on the show this morning, fronting a new fertility documentary tonight. The One shows Alex Jones reveals why it made her think about leaving telly. Then, sharing 5 tips to change your eating habits for good. Professor Tim Spector and Dr Amir are here live, and the box sets to binge on in 2023. An exclusive preview of the shows you really don't want to miss. First though, well, it's an extraordinary morning of headlines for Prince Harry all over the world, really, with a leaked extract of his book claiming that he was physically attacked by Prince William during a row over Meghan back in 2019. And in the last few minutes, a new clip has been released from Harry's interview with Tom Bradby this weekend. You might have seen a little preview in the break there, but here's the extended version.
I don't know how staying silent is ever going to make things better.
Wouldn't your brother say to you, Harry, how could you do this to me? After everything we went through, wouldn't that be what he would say?
He'd probably say all sorts of different things.
Some people will say, you have railed against invasions of your privacy all your life. But the accusation will be, here are you invading the privacy of your most nearest and dearest without permission. That'll be the accusation.
That would be the accusation from the people that don't understand or don't want to believe that my family have been briefing the press.
If you're invited to the coronation, will you come?
There's a lot that can happen between now and then. But, you know, the door is always open. The ball is in their court. There's a lot to be discussed, and I really hope that they are willing to sit down and talk about it.
Do you still believe in the monarchy?
Yes.
Do you believe you'll play a part in its future?
I don't know.
Says he doesn't know. Royal editor Russell Myers joins me now. We knew the book, you know, that he was keeping things back from the Netflix thing for the book, but I honestly didn't think that we would be talking about brothers fighting one another at that age. I mean, look, brothers and sisters fight all the time. They do. But usually not when they're in their 30s.
Yes, and I suppose not
physically,
in such a rage, I suppose.
Yeah.
And that's what's been surprising about these new allegations from Harry, because it's the context in which he says this. I mean, you know, brothers close together probably had a few scraps, you know, in their time.
All brothers and sisters.
As we all do. But
do.
it's the context which this is set upon. The background was the discussions about Meghan calling her... Harry claims William had called her rude, difficult, abrasive, obviously in the background of the bullying allegations
from the staff,
around Meghan, and that it all came to a head. Then they had this huge sort of big punch-up, I suppose.
And it's so it's the detail that's fascinating and also sort of quite weird, really. This is what he says in the book. This is what Harry says. He says, "It all happened so fast, so very fast. He grabbed me by the collar, ripping my necklace, and he knocked me to the floor. I landed on the dog's bowl, which cracked under my back, the pieces cutting into me. I lay there for a moment dazed and then got to my feet and told him to get out." Now, that's what Harry is saying happened. The detail is almost comedic. I don't want to make light of the fact that they had a fight, but it is almost, you know, the sort of the necklace and the dog's bowl and all the rest of it.
Yeah,
weird.
I mean, again, it's just to paint the picture, and if you look at the images of where this was supposed to have happened, Nottingham Cottage, where Harry and Meghan were living, it's a very small space. We've got a picture of it here.
Yeah.
You've got a metal dog's bowl, which some people will sort of zoom in on because Harry says he fell back. The dog's bowl split open. He had cuts and bruises on his back.
Right.
But just the context of how did this happen? He said that William sort of launched at him. Did that happen? Now, I've spoken to a few people who know both brothers, and they were... Statistics came out last night, and they've both been astonished about saying that, did this really happen in the way that Harry has said it? Obviously, we've heard his truth before, haven't we? And the only thing that we are certain of is I don't think we will know the full truth, because Kensington Palace has obviously said no comment about this.
Are they not going to talk about it? Is William not going to talk about it?
I just don't think so, because what is to be gained from this?
Yeah.
But, you know, it's explosive. And I think
they have known about this before this morning. Do you think they're finding out about this while we're finding out about it?
Absolutely they are, because
Really?
the security around this book has been watertight.
You see, that's what's fascinating, that this is leaked, and to The Guardian in America this is leaked, but not to anyone else. It does seem a bit strange.
Well, read into that what you will, because, you know, part of the friendly press that Meghan and Harry have spoken about before? Is it trying to sort of soften the blow before these two interviews come out? We heard the ITV clip just a moment ago, and it's pretty explosive. But, you know, Harry's sort of flip-flopping. On one sense, we've heard him say, I want my brother back, I want my father back, and then he is absolutely dropping bombs on all the family.
The one that's actually, I think, in many ways a hell of a lot worse is this whole thing about the Nazi uniform, which he addressed. He did address this in the Netflix documentary. He apologised. He said he was ashamed of himself, and, you know, he regretted it and all the rest of it. But he says, I phoned Willie, that's what he calls him, and Kate, asking what they thought. This is about, you know, what he was going to wear to the fancy dress party. Nazi uniform, they said, Harry writes, adding that when he went home and tried it on for them, they both howled, with laughter presumably, and said worse than Willie's leotard outfit, because he did wear a very strange thing. Way more ridiculous, which again was the point. So he's basically saying that they said, go for it.